This is how I gained 20 kilograms of pretty much pure muscle without even losing my abs. So this was my physique just over a year ago when I was like 55 kilos. And yes, I had abs, but look, I was super skinny. But I followed the principles that I'm going to teach you inside of this video. And I gained 20 kilograms. I'm now over 75 kilos. And look, I still have my abs after all of this time. And if anything, they look more defined. And I've been bulking for almost a year. Let me explain. So this is my story. Before I actually got into the gym, I used to do these workouts at home, these 5-minute ab workouts. I'd follow all of these workouts because I wanted a six pack. It was meant to be a six pack. But the problem was I wasn't actually lifting proper weights. If you look at my physique here, you can tell I wasn't really doing anything for my arms, my chest, or my back. I was hitting ab workouts and these HIIT style workouts, but I wasn't making progress because I wasn't actually going to the gym. And the main problem was I wasn't eating enough. Even though I was training hard at home, like you should have seen the type of ab workouts that I've done. I haven't done an ab workout in so long because I did a year of them back when I was super skinny. And now I don't even feel the need to train abs and I still retain them. But the problem was I wasn't eating enough and I wasn't training hard with my other muscles. I was only training abs. And that's why I had this skinny, but kind of somewhat strong looking physique if you looked at a certain aspect of it. But obviously that's not what we're going for. We want to be big and jacked and strong. So that's what actually prompted me to create this formula, which I now implemented and I now teach. And I'm going to show it for you today. So the thing that changed it all for me was lean bulking. Lean bulking is when you just eat a slight surplus of 200 to 500 calories on top of your maintenance level and train a lot harder and train smartly inside of the gym. You still eat clean foods although you're eating extra calories, and this allows you to put on more weight. However, all of the weight will be muscle. Basically, all of the weight that you're gaining will be pure muscle if you follow the system that I laid out for you. Because that's what I did. That's what I've been doing myself and it's worked for me. And I know that it will work for you too if you follow the system that I'm about to teach you. So the thing that changed it all for me was lean bulking. So let me explain. So this is the method that I've developed. The first pillar is you need to track your calories. You're really not as clever as you think. I had this mentality where I didn't need to track my calories because yeah, I know I'm eating enough. I was not eating enough, and that's the reason why I stayed skinny for years. So I need to drill this into you. You need to track your calories. Because I thought I was training hard, although it was at home, or maybe I started going to the gym a little bit, hitting a couple workouts. I thought I was training correctly and I was eating enough, but I was not because I was not tracking my calories. So what I want you to do is download MyFitnessPal. I'm sure you've heard of it. You can find it on the App Store. And it's completely free and it's so easy to track your calories. And you need to make sure that you're tracking your maintenance plus 200 to 500 calories. This is how you make progress on the bulk. So calculate your maintenance level with a calculator. Just search up calorie maintenance calculator and then add 200 to 500. And make sure you hit this target goal every single day and track it in MyFitnessPal. It's so important to track it. At least track your calories for 1 month so you understand the meals that you're eating, how many calories you're getting in, and then you build up a bit of intuition. Then you start to understand, yeah, I'm eating enough calories, but even still, I'd still tell you to track your calories because most of us, especially if you're still skinny, we're not tracking enough calories because we really overestimate the amount of food that we eat because we feel full, we have no appetite, but that doesn't mean that we've eaten enough. The second pillar is to train to failure and progressive overload. So training to failure is in the gym. Let's say we're doing a set of bicep curls and on the last rep, I literally fail. Like the weight goes down and I can't bring it back up. I try. And maybe this will last like 10 seconds of struggle. That's failure. That's true failure in the gym. That's how you know that you're actually training to failure and that's how you actually make progress. Because if you're someone that doesn't go to failure, trains to mild discomfort, doesn't actually push their muscles as hard as they can go, you're going to make so much less progress. Even if you're in the gym for the same time, you're showing up, you're taking the time out of your day to go to the gym. The guy that trains to failure is going to make so much more progress than the person that shows up to the same gym at the same time but doesn't actually train to failure. I've seen this firsthand. And the second thing is progressive overload. Progressive overload is very simple. It just means that you're progressively overloading your muscles with weight or reps. So let's say today I'm going to do 8 reps of bicep curls with 10 kilogram dumbbells. Next session, I'm going to try and do 10 reps with the same 10 kilogram dumbbells. And then next week, I'm going to aim to do 12 reps with the 10 kilogram dumbbells. You see, we've progressed by 2 reps every single session, every single week. But now we've reached 12 reps. So what we're going to do is reset it back to 8 reps, then increase the weight. Maybe you do 12 kilogram dumbbells. And then we do 10 reps of this, 12 reps of this. We go back to 8 and increase the weight to 14 or 15 kilograms. This is how you progressively overload effectively. It's that simple. This is the 2 training principles which will completely change your physique. Now that you're eating enough calories, you can actually put on size and build more muscle. It all comes down to training hard in the gym. So you need to be training to failure and making sure that you're progressively overloading your muscles. And the third thing is consistency. Consistency is so important in the gym, and especially when you're deciding your workout split and how many days you're going to train. It might sound glamorous, it might sound nice to go around to your family and your friends and tell them, yes, I'm going to train 6 days per week. New year, new me. It's January maybe, and I'm going to train 6 days per week. Well, you're going to show up for your first workout. I mean, you better. Your second workout, yeah, sure. But then on your third workout, the third day in a row, you're sore. You're not used to this type of training and you're sore. You skip your workout. You're tired. You just need to sleep a few more hours. You skip your workout. The fourth day, you're meant to be going again. But, you didn't go yesterday. You're kind of tired and, you've got an event to go to later. So you skip another day. Already by day 5, all of your motivation is gone. You're sore, you're tired, and you don't want to train. And then you scrap the whole goal completely. And then you don't go to the gym for the rest of the year. Your problem was consistency, and this is why you don't make any progress. So you want to start small, drop the ego and start small. Maybe you only want to train 3 times per week. Go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you can have the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to rest. But on those workouts on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which you committed to, you have to show up. This is consistency and this is discipline. Because the one thing worse than undercommitting, which is, you can say, oh, I'll just train 1 time per week, is overcommitting, which is what I just showed you, which is saying you're going to train 6 days per week, 7 days per week, every day. But you're not ready for that and you get tired. I train at least 5 or 6 times per week now. But when I started out, I didn't go that often because I was building up the habit and building up the consistency. So that's why I want you to just start with a few workouts a week. 3 is a good number to start with. Then you can up it to 4 after a few months, or 5, and then finally get to 6. Never go to 7 days because that's way too much. But consistency is so important. And consistency also applies to your nutrition. You need to be consistent with tracking your calories like I mentioned before. It's going to feel easy to do right now because I tell you to do it, and then you go download your app and you track your calories. It's going to feel fine. But after a few days, you are going to feel resistance. You're going to feel, do I really have to do this? But yes, you do. And you have to remind yourself of the goal and make sure that you stay consistent. Because staying consistent is in and outside of the gym. You need to be consistent with your sleep, make sure you're getting 8 hours. Consistent with your training, make sure you're consistently training hard. Consistent with your workouts, make sure you're showing up for them on the days that you said you would. Consistent with your tracking, consistent with your protein intake, making sure you're getting enough of the right macronutrients. It's all about consistency. The gym is basically one big test of consistency. So that's why it's the third and potentially the most important pillar that you ingrain into your memory. So this is the method. And if you follow these few pillars, this will how you're going to make some crazy progress in the gym. And while following the principles of lean bulking, which is what completely transformed my physique, this is how you can do it too. But if you're ready to transform your physique from skinny to jacked in just 90 days, this is my promise to you. Inside of my program, The Bulking Blueprint, we transform skinny guys to jacked in just 90 days. Yes, that's right, in just a few months. And so many people have already gone through the program and seen some crazy results, and you're next. So if you're ready to implement what you've learned today, this makes sense to you. If you think, oh yeah, that does make sense. Lean bulking does make sense because you're still staying healthy, so you don't put on fat, but you still eat in a calorie surplus, so you put on more weight. And if you think these principles make more sense, then you can get the full guided system, which will take you from skinny to strong in just 90 days. So if you're ready to commit, if you're ready to invest into your journey, you can check out the top link in the description where I have my completely full-fledged system, which will take you from skinny to jacked. And you get absolutely everything in there. You can go check it out on the page right now, so I won't bore you. But you can get the main course, all of these tools, all of the trackers, a whole community of other guys on the same journey as you. So go check that out right now. But if not, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you learned something new and leave a like if it was useful.